Interpreting graphs of linear functions, just a reminder that when we're referring to a coordinate or an ordered pair, we're looking at the x and y coordinate. So this will be, for example, a number 1, 3 that we would plot on our graph. Now, two key coordinates or ordered pairs are what's called the horizontal intercept, or more commonly called the x-intercept, where the graph touches or crosses the horizontal axis or x-axis, and the vertical intercept, also called the y-intercept, where the graph touches or crosses the vertical axis or y-axis. Let's look at example 1 to review a few things and apply our new terms x and y intercepts. If we look at the first graph here, the graph shows the fuel consumption of a scooter with a full tank of gas at the beginning of a journey. So you've got volume along the y-axis, or in this case, the vertical axis with a V. This is I like to call it the x-axis, but the horizontal axis here is going to be a D variable instead. So this is the volume of a gas in a scooter. So it starts at 8 liters and goes down to 0 as he travels a distance of 200 kilometers. So the domain, remember, we usually say the x values. In this case, it's the D values. So when we're writing our domain, instead of choosing an x, we're going to call that the D variable. Now, the horizontal distance, it goes from 0 along here, 0 to 200. So we're going to say between 0 and 200. Remember, we use those less than or equal to symbols. So this means D is greater than 0, but at the same time less than 200. And these are still real numbers. We have decimals. There are values between 0 and 200. For example, 0.1, 0.2, etc. Let's look at the range. For the range, the variable we're going to use is a capital V. Okay, we want to start with the smallest V value, so 0, and it goes up to 8, so between 0 and 8. So again, we're using those less than symbols, so V is greater than 0, but at the same time less than 8. And again, it's all of the real numbers between 0 and 8. What is the coordinate of the horizontal intercept, also called the x-intercept if this was an x variable, but we're going to use that terminology a lot. So the horizontal intercept is where it crosses the horizontal axis at 200. So because it's specifically set a coordinate, we would write it as 200, 0. The y vertical intercept, which again we more commonly will call it the y-intercept, but we're using the v variable here, is at 8. So the x coordinate is 0, so it's 0, 8. Often we'll be asked for just the intercepts and not the coordinates. So in terms of the language, if you're asked for just the intercept, you would say D, horizontal is D, remember, equals 200. And if it's the vertical, we would just say V equals 8. So there's no need to put it as an ordered pair if you're asked for just the word intercept. Describe what the points of intersection represent. So in terms of the intercepts, so if we look at the first, we've been talking about the horizontal asymptote first at 200. So the D-intercept is the distance traveled on a full tank of gas. So that's how far that he could go, and then he had 0 volume. Okay, let's look at the V-intercept, so the 8. So 8 would be the amount of gas in his full tank. So the amount of gas in a full tank. So in that case, 8 liters.